Sunday afternoon footy here with the Rabbitohs Raiders, Titans v Sharks, and probably actually expecting a fairly close one with the Rabbitohs Raiders and maybe a bit of a bounce back with the Sharks Titans, coming over the Titans there. But we'll have to see how that one plays out. Would be selecting a bunch of the outside backs from the Sharks there. So Lockie Miller at 12,500 comes over from rugby and has the potential to do really well. They've priced him pretty high. It's a little bit annoying for me for a guy in his first game. So I think you could potentially swing the bat and go for him, or I think you'd be okay if you left him out as well. Talakai hasn't been scoring too well, so him at 19.4 is a bit of a stretch. I reckon you can get a little bit more value out of guys like Mulatalo and also potentially Katoa or Connor Tracy if you want to go that route. I think would be a pretty solid one there. In terms of other guys, there's not a lot to select down below here. You've got Isaiah Tass, Jackson Paulo, Tass if he ends up getting a start, but Paulo there in the centres that could come out and score okay. But the guys through the cheaper section there, I don't think there's a lot of value for you. Tane Milne, if they can score a bunch of tries like he has been recently, could potentially be that guy. But that's why kind of looking around that 12 to 13 grand there with Connor, Sione, and these types of players, and obviously guys like Campbell Graham or Jaden Campbell could come out and do well. Campbell obviously a great one last week. So there's definitely plenty of options there, and then you can go really the safe route and go for a Philip Sammy who's been scoring really well in that mid-30s and got a 45 last week. So if you want to go for him there, then I wouldn't push you away from that as well. So plenty of options if you want to go for all those guys there in the outside backs. If you move to the halves, just a smaller sample size for me. You've got Nico Hines who moves back to 7. I think he's going to score really, really well this week. He could be a great option for you if you want to build your team around him, if you're able to get a bunch of those cheaper guys in. But just plug and play, see how you can fit him in really. Cook's obviously going to be great as well. You're paying almost the same price at 24,970 for him. And if we're going lighter, there's only a few potential guys to think about, and one of them would be Zack Wolford, who is playing in the 9 jersey. He got 37 minutes last week. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get the same for you in terms of minutes. It might be about that 25 mark, but I think it's probably worth the stab for a guy playing 25, 30 minutes who has a nice PPM and some attacking stats as well. Something to think about if you need to go cheaper in the flex, for example, or you want to go cheaper in the halves, then he could be an option. The other one there would be Adam Elliott. So it looks like he's going to be named in the 13 jersey for game day. And at 10,970, getting around that 50 minutes, you get plenty of value out of Adam Elliott. So I'd be going down, I'd be going for one of those guys if I wasn't able to get, spend up the money to get the Nico or the Damien Cook, or they could be potentially in the flex as well. If you look to forwards, you've got a few guys to potentially pick. Papali'i had a great game last week with a try. You got Keon Kolomatangi and Tino Fa'asula Malaawi as well, who are averaging really well, 48.5. But do you have the money to be able to get one of these guys? I'm not exactly sure. If you're going for a Nico, for example, if you've gone cheap in outside backs and through the, cheap to outside backs and then spend up in the halves, you could go, one of these guys and potentially go cheap from there, but up to you on that one. The guy I'd be looking to select would be Cam Mckinnis. I think this is his time to shine. Finucane's definitely out this week and could be for the next bunch of weeks. So Mckinnis should be getting some bigger minutes now that he's kind of worked his way back into the fold, into a bunch of weeks since his return from injury, for example. I think it's time for him to really step up and dominate this week. So Cam Mckinnis is my guy to pick in this higher bracket. Wade Graham came on for some decent minutes last week. He should be able to get some 40 odd 50 minutes again, maybe a little bit more, but 14,000 a little bit much for him at this stage. We have T. Wilton on the bench now, so with Graham starting, so I don't know, will he get the 80? I'm not sure. I think that's why he's at that salary at this stage. If we're going for lighter, as always, we've got Horsburgh at 12,790. You should be able to get you a 35 to 40 pretty comfortably. And then Trent Peoples is your man this week, so getting a start on the edge. Should be getting close to the 80 minutes and a good score for 10,800 there. He should be doing a good job for you. But there you go, guys. That's the pretty much every option there that you could look to in these 2 Sunday games. I wish you all the best of luck. Jump down in the description, hit that sign up button, and we'll see you on the other side.